Thanks, Bob. Okay, maybe that Morgan Wallen walkout was a little too much, but I'm pumped up. I'm fired up about this. I am so excited about what I'm about to build. I'm so all in on this that I just put my house for sale a week ago. We actually just got an offer today. So I'm selling the house. And in Florida, it's probably not the best decision to make when you have such a good rate, but I need access to capital. And right now, I am so passionate about what we're doing, and to get there, I need some money. So I sold my house. And that's how much I'm vested in this. And I hope you're as excited at the end of this. It's 30 minutes. I won't go over 30. And I think you're going to love what I'm about to tell you. So let's get right into it. So a little about me. While I've been building this, I started it 2 years ago. And as I've been building one home, I've worked my ass off. I mean, I've done over 100 podcasts with different people about this business. I've done networking events, lunch and learns. I've invested in building an app, sleepless nights, 2 years, and all of that without making any money. I generated maybe $100,000 over those 2 years. So it's been very difficult. Transparency, it's been tough. At this age to take a step back like that. But you know what? We got one shot at this in life. You know, go after it, and I believe in it. I think it's going to be a home run. So what I've learned over these last 2 years, a lot of stuff, but one of the big things is how critical trust is. And right now there is no trust. And there's no trust because of sites like Angie and Yelp and Thumbtack. By the way, these are well-run companies. And their mission is one thing and one thing only: get leads and sell those leads. They generate revenue on the sale of leads, and they make a lot of money. That has hurt the industry. It's hurt companies like you, and it's frustrated homeowners. And we're fixing that with my business. So as a business owner, there's two ways to market your company. You can either be reactive or you can be proactive. Reactive means you'll spend X amount of dollars on an ad and you'll wait for the phone to ring. You're reacting to it. Even networking events, yeah, you're planting seeds and you're building relationships, so those are good. But at the end of the day, you're still investing time and money, and you're reacting. The reaction is you're going to get a lead from it. I don't like reactive marketing. I like proactive. I want to put you, the home service company, in front of the homeowner before they even need to hire you. And that's proactive. So thinking ahead of time. How do we get in front of the homeowner first? We want to make it to where when you walk in that house, the homeowner looks at you and almost sees you as like a star in the community. Like, wow, I can't believe you're here. And it takes work to do that. You got to look at yourself not as a roofing company or a flooring company, but as a media company. And if you're a media company and you put content out there and you educate, and by the way, we do all this is all part, everything I'm going to go over, you just run your business. But if you're part of this one home platform, I do everything for you. The first unique thing about one home is that there's only two companies. And how we're positioning this is we've vetted hundreds, and this is true. We've gone through, in some cases, 500 companies. Industries like HVAC and roofing. There's thousands of companies in a county. We vetted all these, and we found you. There's 5 companies in your industry that are going to be watching this webinar. 2 of the 5 will have the opportunity, and it's really a first come, first serve. When you hear everything, you go through it, we're going to have 1 paid and 1 free. But there's only 1 paid and there's only 1 free. That's it. Once they're taken, you're locked in. So now the big question is, how do we get you in front of homeowners? The right homeowner at the right time. That's important. And you'll see the 4 examples here on the screen. The first one is, it's nothing I'm excited about because it is more reactive. And that's at homeowner downloads. Meaning, when we do a press release, there's going to be homeowners download. When we do an event, homeowners are going to download it. It's more of a marathon. Right now, we have over 600 homeowner downloads. Most of those are in Parkland. Almost all of them are in Broward because that's where I live. But the other 3 are what really excite me. All right, so these are the 3 that I'm excited about. And the first one I'm going to talk about is the One Home Concierge Gift. Our distribution for this, of how we get it in front of homeowners, is through real estate companies. So we're real estate teams, real estate companies, and they buy in bulk the concierge gift box, which is this. And inside of this, and this is, think of it as a gift that they give to a closing gift. They're giving bottles of wine, they're giving different things, but now they give this beautifully branded to them. It's all going to be branded to the real estate company iPad, along with a booklet, because some people still actually like the hard copy. This has all of our vendors in it, our top vendors, and but most importantly, that app has everything about that house. So it's got their title, their survey, anything that has to do with their warranties, things that we normally have to send an email to the realtor, we have to look in drawers, look through file cabinets. Everything is going to be preloaded. So when that person moves into the house, they're set. Not to mention, they have all the vetted companies, which is you. Again, we're putting you in the home. What shocked me is the number of homes that are on the market. There's over 20,000 right now on the market in just Broward County. Now we're going in 5 markets right now. And those markets are Collier, Orange, Broward, Dade, Palm Beach. This is exciting for a few reasons. One, they don't know who to call. They don't know who to trust. Now they do. That realtor gave them a gift. And by the way, that gift is branded with the real estate's brand. So it's not one home. It's for them. The realtor's buying it from us. And if you could picture it, they have a portal. We created a portal for the realtor. Any of their agents can log in, order it, and it either deliver to the house, that new house, or to their office, and then they can hand deliver it. But, you know, for a couple $100, that's a great gift. And they could put other things in there. They could put gift cards and things like that. But that realtor is going to really stand out. So that's an angle that I'm going after now, is building these relationships. Actually, I'd like for you to watch. I just did a podcast with one of Century 21's top real estate agents, and he's a star, this guy, Roy Dannon. He's actually been a realtor since he was 16 years old, which is incredible. But take a look.
Sitting here with Todd Patton, the owner of One Home Service. Todd has recently created a new product that I think is really unbelievable, and I'm starting to use it for my clients. I wanted to take the time and sit down with you and take a moment to really have you explain to us and to the rest of the people.
Okay, so as you can see here, Roy's excited about it. You know, so Roy's is a big producer, and that's who I'm targeting. Bigger teams and companies that would buy these in bulk at a discount. And we get in the home. Realtor gets in there, they get their brand everywhere, and it's a win-win. And the homeowner, of course, loves it. The other great statistic is people that move in, the first year they're in, first 6 months they're in, they spend more money than ever during the time that they're in a house. Think about it. They want a new paint, they want new floors, they want a pool in the backyard. So we're going after a really good audience. We're not going after everybody. This is not Angie. We're not competing with those companies at all. We're more targeting more luxury homes and smaller niche, because again, we're going in the house. You'll hear me say that a lot. I've identified the 11 most critical maintenance items that should be done in your house. One of the benefits of our app is it notifies the homeowner when these things need to be updated and changed. Most homeowners aren't going to go in their dryer vent and clean that thing out. It's a lot of work. They're not going to clean their garbage disposal. They're not going to do, so we pick the things that are really tough to do for a homeowner, but they don't require a license. It's more handyman type work. But these 11 items, we have different packages. So we go to the homeowner's house, we pull up in our truck, and we do this service. Here's the beauty though. Every house that we service, we install the app, we show them how to use it. They don't even have to do anything. We even help them load their title, their warranties. We show them how to do all that. We want to be their guide, their consultant. Okay, so we show up to the house, homeowner lets us in, we go over the different packages they can get for the maintenance service, and as we do that, we show them the app because it's already been installed. We installed it because we knew we were going out there. So that home, think of it like this. The homeowner is not really the client, it's the home. We have to take care of that home. So at One Home, the actual address, the property, is always going to be there for the most part. So it'll switch owners, but when that owner sells it and somebody else comes in, the app is still there. It's still part of that house. All they do is change give them a new username and password, and now that new owner has a history of everything, including your company, direct access to. So this is a model that I believe is going to be scalable long term because it doesn't go away. And with technology, it's only going to make it better and better and better, which I'm going to get into next. All right, the last way you see there is the thermostat. This is the patent thermostat. And I'm going to get more details on this in a little bit, but think of it as our app by voice. Hey, Patton, can you get my survey and email it to me? And by the way, I'm going to show you an example of how that works. You're going to love it. Okay, so let's quickly go over my framework, which is the trust framework. Number one, teach, educate the homeowner. And this is really, really critical. Over the next 5 years, I believe the companies that really grow in this space are the ones where the CEO builds the personal brand of him. Because remember, a logo is one thing and a company's name is one thing, but really what people are buying is that owner, the person, or the salesperson, whoever they're talking to. AI is not going to ever change that. You got to have that relationship, and we need to build that, and we could do it, and that's what we will do with One Home. And we do that through podcasts, through education, through newsletters, through third-party endorsements. But we want to educate. We don't want to just say you're the best or you're this, but how do you give little tips here and there? So that's the first. The R, and this was blew my mind when I learned when I was in these last 2 years of how important response time is and how bad it is as well. I've learned that firsthand. It's a broken industry, and you'll hear me say it over and over again. But how you fix that is you respond immediately, not in an hour, not in a half an hour, instantly. So if somebody needs something, we need to get in touch with them within a minute, right away. And you're going to hear that's one of the services that we include with One Home. It's all part of what you get. Everything's included. The next one is borrowed trust. Use borrowed trust. This is third-party endorsements. So people, when somebody says, oh, that person's the best, you instantly, if it's somebody that you have respect for, you instantly say, all right, One Home is building trust because we're giving all this stuff to the homeowner for free. That app is totally free. So we're building so much value. And when we say, here's our top 2 vendors, trust is there. So we want to make sure, not just through us saying it, but other things. So we do press releases, we do newsletters, we do things to promote all of our top 2 vendors. All right, next one is stay in front of them all the time. I can't tell you how much money is left on the table with home service companies where they're just not nurturing maybe a client from 2 years ago, 3 years ago. That's the easiest and cheapest way to get new business. So our system that we're installing helps you do that. It'll make sure you do it, not help you. It does it for you. But that's really important, is making sure that you are constantly in front of that homeowner all the time. And you know who does that well are AC companies and garage companies, garage door companies, because they put those stickers up. Same concept, but instead of being a sticker, you're in front of them all the time with content, with video. And then the last one is top of mind. Like you're in their house. So anytime they open the app, they're going to see you. And if you're on the paid side, you're going to be front and center because you'll be scrolled on the bottom, your logo. So they're going to see you all the time. So that's the trust framework. That's what everything One Home is built around. So I mentioned the first pillar being your personal brand. So we have podcasts. So you call in. You could be at your home, your office, it doesn't matter. But we use Riverside software. It's incredible podcast software. And we do a 20-minute interview. It's a Q&A. And how I do it is I find the questions that people are asking, homeowners are asking online, and then you answer them as the expert. I then take each one of those, I break each one into a small clip. We put it all over online, all over the internet, and we create blogs and content around each one of those. And the goal is when somebody searches that question, because people like to search, or they go to ChatGPT now and they'll ask, your video is going to come up, and who do they call? You. So it's SEO is the old school term, but we're constantly building your brand, you as the owner, because again, I believe that is what's going to separate the good companies from the phenomenal companies. over the years to come. Pillar 2, this is the most important. It's speed to lead. And I've spent 6 months now building this, and it's ready. And we install it. It's all in one home. So when you join one home, and we're launching, by the way, July 1st is our relaunch. We took it down for the last 3 months as we're building everything that I'm going over. But this is installed already. So when a homeowner goes to the app and they hit a button, there's no waiting to get a call. It's instant. They're going to talk to somebody, and then it gets, obviously we want a human as soon as possible, but we want to make sure we touch them instantly. This is the system that I'm talking about. And man, it's needed so much in this industry. But here's everything that we go over. So I'm going to quickly go over these. So I mentioned instant response. A minute. We got to. Right when they do, within 60 seconds, we've got to respond to them. And we got to get you on the phone with them. Next one is any missed calls. We want to make sure we have a process in place for recovery, follow up as well, booking appointments. Now, we do this inside of one home. When I go over pricing in a second, we have the ability to install this in your system, your CRM, directly. All right, pillar 3 is the third-party endorsements, press releases. You know, when people see other companies talking about how good you are, they just instantly, it builds trust. We want to focus on nurturing forever. Once they become a client, that's just the start. And a lot of times with home service companies, it's collect their money and that's it. We don't really nurture them that great. That's going to change. If you're part of this platform, we're going to help you really nurture and build those relationships to where not only does it lead to repeat business, but it leads to more referrals. There's so much money inside your database. And then, as I said, the pillar 5 is we put you in the homes, and we went over those 3 ways that we do that. So here's a few success stories that I want to play and share with you. The first one is Beat the Heat. They started right when we started. They hired us, and look, the app's hasn't even been up in 4 months, and you could tell by this testimonial, they know that I'm passionate about this, and they see the results.
One Home is I can say right now, is the best marketing company we have partnered with, because why? He creates the content. He comes to you. And the idea of connecting a community together is amazing. And to me, Todd is a genius.
The second one is Kobe Carp. Now, this was when I had patent marketing, but it goes to show how impactful. This is one of the biggest brands in the architect world all over the world. Forget about Miami, but he was a 10-year client when I had my marketing agency, and we went in and did a lot of the stuff that I'm doing now for home service companies, but I did it for him. So I want you to hear what he said about the impact that I had with helping him build his brand. And believe me, he had a huge brand already.
Patent made us a better Kobe Carp. And that's very important by their ability to be able to see outside the box. And they were able to take the name and the brand of Kobe Carp and present it in a completely different light. And that takes a very special perception and understanding of who we are.
All right, now it's time. Now it's time for what I'm so excited to show you, the patent thermostat. Let's get into it. The homeowner has 2 options with this. They could either leave everything the way it is and we just incorporate it with Alexa or whatever they're using now, and that's fine. Or they can have us install this and they get their personal assistant that they could talk to around, and it's patent, around their home. Everything that has to do with it. They want to, actually, you know what? Instead of me telling you now, let's look at a couple examples. Let me do a few demos here. Let's go. First one I'm going to do, and these are going to be examples of how this would work in your home. All right, so let's do the first one. Hey, Patton, I need a quote for an electrician. Can you help me?
Good afternoon, Todd. I can't wait to help you on this. But before I get started, can you describe the electrical issue you're having?
Yeah, I smelled something burning, and it smells near my electrical panel.
Okay, great. Based on that, we definitely need a licensed electrician for this. I'll reach out to Elcon Electric and Fraser Electric and request estimates on your behalf. We should have something from them very soon. Do you prefer communication by email, text, or a phone call?
Phone call is going to be best.
Great. You can expect a call within the next 30 minutes. Is there anything else I can help you with today?
Thank you, Patton. All right, the next scenario we're going to do is going to be a refinance. So you're going to refinance your house. Your loan officer says, hey, if you have a title policy, you're going to save a lot of money. So you don't know where your title policy is. Most people aren't going to remember where it's at. So you're going to either go through emails, send somebody, waste 30 minutes. Now, all you have to do is this. Hey, Patton, I'm refinancing my house. My loan officer is asking for a prior title policy. Do you have access to that? Can you send me that?
Hi, Todd. I'd be happy to email you a copy of your owner's title policy. I'll send it to tp@onehomeservice.ai. Do you want me to CC anyone else when I send that to you?
Perfect. No, you could just send it to me. That's fine. Okay, so now I'm going to have the title policy emailed. That took me 10 seconds. Okay, the last one is air conditioning. So my AC stopped working. It's blowing hot air. So, hey, Patton, my AC stopped working. Can you help me? First, I don't know if it's under warranty. I bought it a couple years ago. Can you check to see if it's under warranty?
Your upstairs AC unit has 4 years left in its warranty. Unfortunately, your downstairs unit is out of warranty. Depending on what the issue is, your home warranty might cover the downstairs unit. Is the issue upstairs or downstairs?
It's the downstairs unit that's not working.
Okay, no problem. Let me review the home warranty and see if they cover the downstairs unit. Before I do that, please tell me the issue you're facing. For example, is the AC not cooling at all, blowing warm air, making unusual noises, leaking water, or not turning on?
It's blowing warm air right now.
It's blowing warm air. Got it. Give me 15 minutes to review your warranty, and if AC is included, I will arrange a time for them to come out. Since this is an urgent issue, I'm going to send you a text with the next steps. Let me get to work on this now.
And that's it. I mean, that's simple. So this is the future. And if you're part of One Home, you're going to get in this before it blows up. It will blow up. And I'm excited about it, as you can tell. But lock in that spot. So we're almost there. We're almost at the end. And there's 5 companies. So it's you and 4 other competitors. The first 2 to lock it in, the free spot, 1 free spot, that's it, and 1 paid. Once we have those 2 filled, that's it. So if the paid's taken right now, you can't get paid. You got to go with the free. But get the free if the paid's taken, for sure. The paid's going to have a lot of advantages because you're going to be the first to get it. You're going to get a little 5-minute head start on the leads because we install you. We're also going to advertise you and market you on the app. We're going to do all of our social media posts, not for the free company, but for the paid one. We're going to do a podcast that's included. A lot's included. So you could see it all here, but take advantage of that quick. All right, here's the pricing. Everything I talked about is included in that middle package. Now, the one on the right is if we install it on behalf of you. So in other words, you want us to install Lead Speed, which is the technology that One Home has. You don't need it installed because we're going to have it ourselves. But if you say, you know what, I want to have more systems in place. I want to tie it into my CRM. I want to make sure not just the One Home deals, but every single one. Then you could hire us, and that's the price to do it on the right, which is, by the way, phenomenal price. This is a launch, so my pricing is really, really competitive. As you can see in the pricing, it's very competitive. I made this is our first launch. I'm doing 5 counties. We're going to fill up fast. Okay, so there's a lot of work that's done the first month, obviously, with this. We do a podcast in the beginning. We do a lot of stuff. So there is a 6-month minimum. After that, it's month to month. So if you look at the pricing here and the middle package, you know, look, the middle package, which is the premium, includes everything, the podcast, the newsletters. You're the number one, so you get the 5-minute head start on the leads to the homeowner. And you know how it is. The first that responds, 78% of homeowners are hiring the first person that contacts them. So you have a huge upper hand if you're a paid versus free. But even a free is great, and you're going to get good exposure, and it costs you nothing. So at the very least, if the paid's taken, definitely lock that free version. But after 6 months, it goes month to month. The paid version, all that means is that we install everything into your CRM. You have to have a CRM to do that. We're not going to install a new CRM. We just don't have the bandwidth. We could, but it's a lot of work. So if you have Go High Level, if you have Jobber, if you have any of these CRMs, we'll install everything that we went over, and it's in yours. So regardless of what happens at One Home, it's also happening on yours. It's going to happen at One Home no matter what, because we've built it in. I'm looking for case studies. I'm looking for build relationships. You know, again, I see this, as I told you earlier, I'm selling everything. I'm going all in on this. I believe so much in it. So this is the future, and I'm excited to find the companies to build this with. So if you want to join this movement and be part of something special and stop chasing leads and buying leads, you know, it is going to take time. It's not going to be an overnight success, obviously, as we get in homes and as we, you know, build this up. But by next year, we're going to be cranking, and I'm excited about it. So thank you so much for the time. At the end of this video, when this is over, you're going to get there's two options. You could do the free one, or you could do the paid one, or you can reach out to us, book a calendar meeting. If you book a calendar meeting with me, that means you want the higher one. We're not going to charge you now for it, but just book a meeting so we can go over to make sure you qualify and you have the right CRM. It's nothing that we haven't seen. Most of them we can do, but I just want to confirm it before we charge you anything. But at the very least, get the free or the paid, one of those two, as soon as you can. By the way, if you get the paid one, you could upgrade to where we install it in yours at any time. So lock that in at the worst. So thanks again, and I look forward to meeting you in person, because most of you I haven't met in person. So thanks.